What if I told you that the most stunning garden art pieces aren't created by expensive designers, but by creative gardeners who see treasure where others see trash? That million-dollar garden look you've been admiring? It's probably made from items that were headed straight to the landfill. Stick with me for the next 18 minutes because I'm about to show you how to transform your discarded items into garden masterpieces that will have your neighbors convinced you hired a professional landscape artist. Before we dive in, I want you to think about this. How much junk did you throw away last month? Old containers, broken furniture, worn-out clothes? Drop a number in the comments because I guarantee that at least half of those items could have become stunning garden features instead of landfill waste. Welcome to Creative Garden Transformations, where we prove that the most beautiful gardens aren't built with credit cards, but by imagination and ingenuity. I'm your host, and today we're diving deep into the art of upcycling, taking items destined for the trash and transforming them into garden decor that rivals anything you'd find at high-end garden centers. But here's what most people don't realize. Garden art doesn't have to cost a fortune. In fact, some of the most charming and character-filled garden spaces are created entirely from repurposed materials. While others are spending hundreds on mass-produced decorations, you will be creating one-of-a-kind pieces with stories, personality, and zero environmental guilt. So grab your creative thinking cap because we're about to turn your trash into garden treasure. But first, tell me in the comments, what's the most creative repurposing project you've ever attempted? Success or disaster? I love hearing about your DIY adventures, and your experiences often inspire my next projects. Project 1. Old tire planters, from roadside to remarkable. Let's start with something most people see as environmental waste, old tires. How many of you drive past discarded tires and see nothing but ugly rubber garbage? Well, prepare to have your perspective completely transformed. 3 years ago, I was driving home when I spotted 4 old tires dumped beside the road. My first instinct was to feel frustrated about illegal dumping, but then something clicked. These weren't just waste. They were perfectly shaped, weather-resistant planters just waiting for a creative vision. What happened next changed how I see waste forever. Those 4 roadside rejects became the centerpiece of my garden entrance, and now people stop to ask where I bought such unique planters. Old tires transform into stunning, stackable planters that cost nothing but create maximum visual impact. They're naturally weather-resistant, provide excellent drainage, and can be customized to match any garden style. Creative tire transformations. Paint them in vibrant colors for modern garden appeal. Wrap them with rope for rustic, natural texture. Stack multiple sizes for dramatic height variations. Cut decorative edges for flower-shaped planters. Use as raised bed borders for vegetable gardens. Clean thoroughly, prime if painting, apply your chosen finish, and fill with quality soil and plant with trailing or upright plants depending on your design vision. Large decorative planters cost $50 to $200 each at garden centers. Tire planters cost you nothing but time and creativity. Plus, you're keeping rubber out of landfills. Who's seen discarded tires recently? Instead of feeling frustrated about waste, start seeing potential garden gold. Let me know in the comments if you're ready to rescue some roadside tires. Project 2. Wine bottle borders. Elegant edge solutions. This next project addresses something every gardener struggles with: creating clean, attractive borders without spending a fortune. Wine bottles. Instead of filling your recycling bin, these glass beauties can create stunning garden edges that look professionally installed. How much have you spent on garden edging materials? Stone borders, metal edging, plastic barriers? It adds up fast, and most options look obviously store-bought rather than thoughtfully designed. I discovered this technique by accident when I was cleaning out my recycling and noticed how beautiful the green and clear glass looked in natural light. Instead of putting them in the bin, I started experimenting with different arrangements in my garden beds. Wine bottles create elegant, light-catching borders that look completely different depending on the time of day and season. Morning light makes them sparkle, evening light makes them glow, and they add color even in winter when plants are dormant. Border creation techniques. Bury bottles neck down for clean, uniform edges. Alternate colors for pattern and visual interest. Use different heights for dimensional borders. Group by color families for sophisticated looks. Combine with stones or plants for naturalistic designs. Remove labels completely. Bury at least half the bottle for stability, and use a rubber mallet for gentle installation without breaking glass. Unlike wooden or metal edging, glass bottles won't rot, rust, or fade. They actually become more beautiful with age as they develop natural patina and catch light differently through seasons. What do you currently use for garden borders, and how much wine do you go through in a month? This might make you feel less guilty about that weekend glass or two. Project 3. Broken Pottery Mosaics, Artistic Accident Solutions. Now this project turns garden disasters into artistic triumphs. Broken pottery. We've all accidentally dropped a favorite plant pot or discovered cracked ceramics in storage. Instead of mourning the loss, let's celebrate the creative opportunity. Raise your hand if you've ever broken a pot and felt genuinely upset about losing a beautiful container. We've all been there. That moment when something lovely becomes seemingly worthless in an instant. Last spring, I knocked over my grandmother's vintage planter while rearranging my patio. I was devastated until a mosaic artist friend pointed out that I now had beautiful ceramic pieces perfect for creating something even more special and personal. Broken pottery becomes mosaic art that adds color, texture, and personal story to garden spaces. Every piece carries history while creating something entirely new and beautiful. Mosaic project possibilities. Stepping stone pathways with embedded pottery shards. Planter rim decorations using coordinated ceramic pieces. Garden wall art featuring pottery and tile combinations. Bird bath decorations with weather-resistant designs. Tabletop transformations for outdoor furniture. Break pieces to workable sizes using proper safety equipment. Arrange patterns before permanent installation. Use outdoor adhesive and grout for weather resistance and seal projects for longevity. Always wear safety glasses and gloves when breaking pottery. Work on covered surfaces and dispose of unusable fragments properly to prevent injury. This technique lets you preserve memories from broken items while creating new beauty that tells a story about transformation and resilience. What broken items do you currently have stored away because you can't bear to throw them out? This might be the perfect way to give them new life.
Project 3. Broken Pottery Mosaics, Artistic Accident Solutions. Now this project turns gardening disasters into artistic triumphs. Broken pottery. We've all accidentally dropped a favorite plant pot or discovered cracked ceramics in storage. Instead of mourning the loss, let's celebrate the creative opportunity. Raise your hand if you've ever broken a pot and felt genuinely upset about losing a beautiful container. We've all been there, that moment when something lovely becomes seemingly worthless in an instant. Last spring, I knocked over my grandmother's vintage planter while rearranging my patio. I was devastated until a mosaic artist friend pointed out that I now had beautiful ceramic pieces perfect for creating something even more special and personal. Broken pottery becomes mosaic art that adds color, texture, and personal story to garden spaces. Every piece carries history while creating something entirely new and beautiful. Mosaic project possibilities. Stepping stone pathways with embedded pottery shards. Planter rim decorations using coordinated ceramic pieces. Garden wall art featuring pottery and tile combinations. Bird bath decorations with weather-resistant designs. Tabletop transformations for outdoor furniture. Break pieces to workable sizes using proper safety equipment. Arrange patterns before permanent installation. Use outdoor adhesive and grout for weather resistance, and seal finished projects for longevity. Always wear safety glasses and gloves when breaking pottery. Work on covered surfaces and dispose of unusable fragments properly to prevent injury. This technique lets you preserve memories from broken items while creating new beauty that tells a story about transformation and resilience. What broken items do you currently have stored away because you can't bear to throw them out? This might be the perfect way to give them new life. Project 4. Denim Hanging Planters, Soft Container Solutions. This next upcycling project takes something from everyone's closet and transforms it into charming garden containers. Old jeans. When denim gets too worn for wearing, it's just getting started on its garden life. How many pairs of jeans do you have that are too worn, too small, or just too outdated to wear, but too good to throw away? Those forgotten denim pieces are about to become your favorite garden accessories. Denim is naturally weather-resistant, develops beautiful patina over time, and provides the perfect structure for unique hanging planters that add softness and whimsy to garden spaces. There's something unexpectedly delightful about seeing plants growing from repurposed clothing. It adds personality and conversation-starting charm that mass-produced planters simply cannot match. Denim planter variations. Whole-leg planters for trailing plants and herbs. Pocket planters using just the back pockets for small succulents. Waistband hanging systems for multiple small plants. Cuff planters for tiny air plants or propagation stations. Decorative patches showcasing different denim washes and textures. Tie off leg openings securely. Reinforce stress points with additional stitching. Treat with weather-resistant fabric protector and ensure proper drainage to prevent waterlogging. Always wear safety glasses and gloves when breaking pottery. Work on covered surfaces and dispose of unusable fragments properly to prevent injury. This lets you preserve memories from broken items while creating new beauty that tells a story about transformation and resilience. What broken items do you currently have stored away because you can't bear to throw them out? This might be the perfect way to give them new life. Project 5. CD/DVD Bird Deterrent Art. Here's a project that solves garden problems while creating mesmerizing light displays. Old CDs and DVDs. In our digital age, most of us have stacks of old, outdated discs that seem too good to throw away, but serve no practical purpose, until now. Who here has a stack of old CDs or DVDs gathering dust? Maybe software that won't run on modern computers, music you've moved to streaming, or movies you'll never watch again. Instead of letting them clutter drawers, let's put them to work in the garden. These reflective discs create stunning light displays while effectively deterring birds from eating your crops or berries. It's functional art that serves multiple purposes beautifully. When Breeze moves CD mobiles, they create dancing rainbow patterns throughout the garden. The constantly shifting light display entertains humans while confusing and deterring pest birds. Creative installation methods. String multiple discs at different heights for movement variety. Attach to fence posts for perimeter protection. Hang from tree branches over vulnerable crops. Create ground-level spinners using simple pivot mechanisms. Combine with other reflective materials for enhanced effect. Birds are startled by unexpected flashes of light and movement. The random nature of wind-driven reflection creates an unpredictable deterrent that's more effective than static scarecrows. Paint designs on the non-reflective side for additional color, or leave natural for maximum light reflection. Both approaches create different but equally beautiful effects. These installations look different in every season, spectacular in summer sun, subtle in winter light, and magical when backlit by evening garden lighting. What's your biggest bird pest problem in the garden? Berries disappearing? Seedlings getting eaten? Or maybe birds digging in fresh plantings? This might be your solution. Hold on just a minute. If these upcycling ideas are already changing how you look at your household waste, Can you help me out with a quick like and subscribe? And drop a comment telling me which project has surprised you the most so far. I'm curious, are you naturally a save everything just in case person, or do you usually throw things out quickly? Because what's coming up next is going to appeal to both personality types. The next project uses something that literally everyone throws away regularly, but when you see what it becomes, you'll never look at this common household item the same way again. Plus, it's going to solve one of the most expensive garden problems for absolutely free. Project 6. Plastic Bottle Self-Watering Systems. This next project addresses one of gardening's biggest challenges while giving new life to items we discard daily. Plastic bottles. Instead of adding to recycling bins, these containers can become sophisticated irrigation systems that keep your plants perfectly watered. Who here has ever lost plants because you went away for a few days and couldn't water them? Or maybe you're inconsistent with watering, and some plants get too much while others get too little. This is about to solve those problems permanently. The beauty of bottle irrigation systems is their elegant simplicity. Gravity and physics do all the work, providing consistent moisture delivery without electricity or complex mechanisms. Professional self-watering systems cost $20 to $50 per plant. Bottle systems cost you nothing and often work better because you can customize them for each plant's specific needs. Self-watering variations. Inverted bottle drip systems for slow, steady watering. Buried bottle reservoirs for deep root watering. Bottle and string systems for capillary watering action. Multiple bottle networks for large garden areas. Vacation watering solutions for indoor plants. Poke appropriate-sized holes for desired flow rate. Position bottles for gravity feed. Test flow rates before leaving plants unattended, and adjust hole sizes for different plant water needs. Thirsty plants get larger holes or multiple bottles. Drought-tolerant plants get tiny holes for minimal flow. And you can create different systems for different areas of your garden. Plants maintain consistent moisture levels. You save time on daily watering, and you reduce water waste through more efficient delivery directly to root zones. And final project, Project 7. Ladder Plant Stands, Vertical Garden Solutions. This project takes furniture headed for disposal and transforms it into stunning vertical garden displays. Old ladders. Whether wooden, metal, or step ladders, these forgotten pieces become sophisticated plant display systems. How many people have old ladders in garages or sheds that are too worn for safe use, but too substantial to just throw away? Those old ladders are about to become your favorite garden furniture. Ladders naturally create multiple levels for plant display, turning single-dimension garden space into dramatic vertical gardens that showcase plants at different heights and create living sculptures. Different ladder types create completely different garden aesthetics. Rustic wooden ladders for cottage gardens, metal ladders for industrial chic, step ladders for organized geometric displays. Secure ladders properly to prevent tipping. Distribute plant weight evenly across rungs.
Project 8. Kitchen Colander Planters. This next transformation takes a common kitchen cast-off and turns it into perfect garden containers, old colanders. When handles break or holes get too large for kitchen use, these perforated bowls find new purpose in the garden. Colanders are uniquely suited for plant containers because they're already designed for drainage, the fundamental requirement for healthy container gardening that many decorative pots lack. The built-in drainage holes eliminate the guesswork and drilling required for most container conversions. Colanders provide perfect water flow while retaining soil in plants. Metal colanders develop beautiful patina over time. Plastic ones add color pops to garden displays, and the perforated pattern creates interesting shadow effects and visual texture. Colander gardening applications. Herb gardens with excellent drainage for Mediterranean plants. strawberry planters with holes perfect for trailing runners, succulent displays that prevent the overwatering that kills these plants, hanging planters that drain freely after rain or watering, seed starting systems with natural bottom ventilation. Different colander sizes accommodate everything from small herb collections to substantial vegetable plantings, and they stack for storage when not in use. Most colanders have handles, making them easy to move for seasonal repositioning, weather protection, or garden reorganization as plants grow and change. The superior drainage prevents root rot, reduces fungal problems, and creates healthier growing conditions than many purpose-made containers that trap excess moisture. Leave natural for rustic appeal, paint for color coordination, or embellish with weather-resistant decorations to match specific garden themes and personal style preferences. Project 9. Book Page Plant Markers. This project gives new life to damaged books while solving the eternal gardener's problem of plant identification. Old books with damaged covers or missing pages become beautiful, literary plant markers that add charm and functionality to garden beds. Who here finds it painful to throw away books even when they're too damaged to read? Water damage, missing pages, broken bindings, it feels wrong to discard books, but they're no longer functional for reading. Book page plant markers add unexpected elegance and conversation-starting charm to garden spaces while serving the practical purpose of plant identification and care reminders. Treat pages with clear acrylic sealer or laminate them for weather resistance, ensuring your literary garden markers survive seasons of outdoor exposure while maintaining readability. Creative marker variations. Hand-lettered plant names on vintage book pages. Relevant text selections that relate to specific plants. Pressed flower decorations on literature pages. Garden quotes from classic gardening texts. Seasonal poetry that changes with garden plantings. Use pages from meaningful books to create markers that tell stories about your garden's inspiration, your reading history, or connections between literature and growing things. Attach to wooden stakes, seal in clear holders, or mount in weatherproof frames depending on your garden style and the level of protection needed. Include plant care information, bloom times, or harvesting instructions on markers to create functional garden references that are beautiful and useful. Guests always notice and comment on literary plant markers, creating opportunities to share both gardening knowledge and favorite books or meaningful passages. Project 10. Furniture Leg Garden Stakes. This transformation project takes broken furniture and creates elegant plant supports that look intentionally designed rather than obviously repurposed. Furniture legs from discarded tables, chairs, or other pieces become sophisticated garden stakes and plant supports. When furniture breaks beyond repair, we usually focus on the unusable whole piece rather than seeing valuable components that could serve new purposes in garden applications. Furniture legs often feature attractive turning, carving, or proportions that make them naturally beautiful as garden elements, maintaining their design integrity in new applications. Furniture legs are designed to bear weight and weather stress, making them naturally suited for plant support roles that require strength and stability over time. Garden stake applications. Tomato plant supports with vintage charm, decorative posts for garden art or signs, trellises, bases for climbing plants and vines, raised bed corner posts with architectural interest, pathway markers that define garden walking areas. Different furniture provide various stake heights, coffee table legs for low supports, dining table legs for medium height, and bar table legs for tall applications. Choose legs that complement your garden's aesthetic. Ornate legs for formal gardens, simple lines for modern spaces, or rustic pieces for cottage garden charm. Point ends for easy ground insertion, treat wood for weather resistance, and use appropriate depths for plant support needs and wind exposure considerations. Quality plant stakes cost $10 to $30 each at garden centers. Furniture leg stakes cost nothing but your time while providing superior quality and unique character. Project 11. Tire Swing Planter Conversion. Our final transformation takes a childhood favorite and creates a whimsical garden focal point that combines nostalgia with practical growing space. Old tire swings become stunning hanging planters that add movement, character, and growing space to garden areas. Tire swings represent childhood joy and outdoor play. Converting them to planters preserves those happy memories while creating new garden beauty for current enjoyment. Hanging planters utilize vertical space effectively, perfect for small gardens, patios, or areas where ground space is limited but overhead space is available. Unlike static planters, converted tire swings move gently in breezes, creating dynamic visual interest and preventing the rigid appearance of traditional container arrangements. Conversion techniques. Clean and prepare the tire thoroughly for planting use. Install proper drainage while maintaining structural integrity. Choose appropriate hanging hardware for plant weight and weather. Select plants that complement the playful, casual aesthetic. Position for optimal growing conditions and visual impact. Trailing plants create spectacular cascading displays. Herbs provide practical harvesting access, and seasonal flowers allow for changing displays throughout growing seasons. Ensure hanging systems can support soil and plant weight when fully watered. Position away from foot traffic areas and use weather-appropriate hardware for long-term reliability. Paint or decorate tires to coordinate with garden themes, or leave natural for rustic appeal that weathers beautifully over time while developing character. Install at heights that allow easy watering and plant care. Consider seasonal plant changes and ensure hanging systems allow for occasional lowering if needed. We've just explored 11 incredible transformations that prove garden beauty doesn't require garden center prices or contribute to landfill waste. But here's what I really want to know from you. Which project inspired you the most? Drop a comment and tell me, are you excited about creating wine bottle borders? Did the tire swing planter conversion bring back childhood memories? Or are you already planning your broken pottery mosaic project? Here's your creative challenge. Look around your house this week and identify 3 items you were planning to throw away. Then come back and tell me what garden potential you discovered. Let's build a community of creative upcyclers who see opportunity everywhere. Think about the environmental impact we've just created. Every item we transform is one less thing in the landfill and one less new product that needs to be manufactured. Your creativity literally helps heal the planet. And let's talk about money. These 11 projects could replace hundreds of dollars worth of garden art and containers while creating completely unique pieces that tell your personal story. Before you start seeing trash differently everywhere you go, remember this. Creativity isn't about having perfect supplies or professional tools. It's about seeing potential where others see problems and having the courage to experiment with unconventional solutions. The most beautiful gardens aren't created by the biggest budgets, but by the most imaginative gardeners. When you choose to upcycle and repurpose, you're not just saving money, you're creating something completely unique that no garden center could ever sell. Your garden should tell your story, reflect your creativity, and showcase your resourcefulness. These projects help you achieve all 3, while treating the environment with respect and care. If this video inspired you to see household items with new eyes, smash that like button, subscribe for more creative garden solutions, and share this with anyone who loves both gardening and environmental responsibility. Next week, I'm revealing 20 free plant propagation techniques using only household items, no expensive propagation equipment required. Trust me, you'll want to see those money-saving secrets. Until next time, keep creating, keep growing, and remember, the most beautiful transformations come from seeing possibility in the most unexpected places. Happy upcycling, creative gardeners!